Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So the time has come. We have seen Samsung's official hand, and I am holding it right here. This is in fact the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4, which looks identical to the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. Now that's not a good or a bad thing or a slant of the eye towards Samsung. I think Samsung is just comfortable. And in reality, do they have to do anything different? Well, it's not that they have to, they should. Their fifth iteration of this device, and it's pretty much still the same design. A lot of people initially complained about this design with the long candy bar style. I actually really like this design. It's easy in the hand, but the front screen can get a little, it's meh. It's easy to type on one hand or whatever, but comparing it to what's a much more desirable form factor, this right here is the Pixel Fold. Now, this device came out, and this is what Samsung users really wanted. Deep down inside, they talked about a design like this, but Samsung chose to stick with this design. And I'm going to talk about the Fold 5 or the Flip 5 in just a second, but this is not so much a desired feel for a lot of people. This is it, for Fold owners who don't have the privilege of having both of these. I can guarantee you, when you use this, you're going to get much more use out of the front display. It's shorter in design, it's much more pocketable, and it's just a better overall design. Now, speaking of Samsung, the reason I think they're so comfortable is because they don't have to try as hard. They've already established themselves to let people know, hey, this is what we're bringing out. We're going to do a small upgrade here. If you don't like it, don't buy it. That's pretty much what they're saying to consumers when they do this. And we're going to bring out different colors, and we'll change the internals to the latest process. We'll do all these kind of little small things just to get your money again. So Fold owners had a lot to say about the Pixel Fold. Samsung Fold owners had a lot to say about the Pixel Fold, but now that Samsung showed you their hand, what do you have to say now? Because the Fold 4 is a phenomenal device, king of the hill. But you can't tell me that you weren't looking for something different. There's no way. So I personally knew that it was going to be the same. I've been talking about it for a minute. So it's okay that they stuck with this design, but it's not okay. You're getting the same camera, same screen, same text, just everything, just a different color. That's ultimately what you're getting. So it's not a bad thing per se, but it would have been nice to see something different. This is number 5 from them, and it looks pretty much the same, and it's probably going to run the same. And again, it's not a bad thing. It's a more of a, why won't you change it up, Samsung? They've become comfortable. So with that being said, the Fold 5 is going to be a hot device. You know why? Because this is a hot device. I didn't buy this phone just because, I wanted to see, no, I bought this phone because I really enjoyed the previous generation. I've had all of them except for the first. Well, I had the first one, but I didn't like the first one. So from the 2 up to now, I've enjoyed them all. And this one being the best. So obviously the 5 is going to be the new best. I mean, technically it's the same device, but we go up a number, so it's got to be better, right? So Samsung did what I knew they would do, is change the colors. They brought out 5 kind of exclusive colors. And this, I told you guys, if they bring out a blue version, because the leaks that they showed were this blue with its chrome sides, but it turns out that this is really the one that's the hottest. Now, these are like bespoke versions, and this is the hottest one, folks. This is the hottest color. Obviously, I'm biased to blue. I'm recording with the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra in blue. So I think when it comes to what you're going to pick, you really should determine on your own what you think is hot. But I think if bringing this device in, obviously I'm going to bring in the blue one. And I think this black and blue lineup or setup right here is absolutely great. It's like a blue and gray looking color or whatever. Whatever it is, that blue is hot. So I think Samsung playing it safe is okay, but I really wish they would do something different. They're going to have to prove themselves And they're not really doing that right now. Is Samsung, you answer that question, is Samsung really answering your call when it comes to their one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive device that they offer? Did they do enough to make you give up your 4 for your 5? Now again, if you have a 3 backwards, by all means, go to the 4 or the 5. There's links down below if you decide to grab the 5, the tablet, the watch, the Flip 5, all down below. So be sure to check those links out. Best Buy and Samsung is offering, so be sure to hit those up. I do get a small kickback on that. It's like $6 to $8, something like that. Just to be honest, like $6, $8, but it's something that helps me buy more devices. I'm humble in saying that, and I don't mind telling you what the little payment is, because a lot of people have trade-ins. Speaking of trade-ins, if I didn't speak of that already, Samsung is giving a whopping $1,000 if you trade in your 4. So last year, trade-in deals were garbage. They were garbage. Everybody was expecting for the 23 lineup. So I guess that's a shade. Was that this year, the beginning of this year, Samsung deals for trade-ins were trash. What Samsung did is they waited about a month or so, then they upped them another $100, and then everybody was kind of happy. So what I did was I even traded in my S22 Ultra, which was kind of more like this device with the black frame and the blue back, and I got this S23 Ultra because I got an S23 Ultra in on loan or for review. I fell in love with it, decided to go ahead and trade out, but I would only trade out if they had a blue version, and they had this blue version, so I loved it. So the trade-in deals now are what Samsung used to offer all the time. So if you're a person who has the ability to trade, you're going to really enjoy the $1,000 to give up your 4 as long as it's in pristine condition. That's why you should keep your devices in a case when you go outside. Put tempered glasses on them, whatever you want to do to protect them, just in case you're one of those people that trades a lot. So I definitely recommend it. I think a lot of people, if Samsung didn't have those trade-in values, you wouldn't buy these devices. You wouldn't pay $2,000, $3,000, $2,000 for these phones, and if they didn't give those free memory upgrades like they do on launch. And there's always better deals in the next 30 days, folks. So if you don't, the people who are buying now, they really probably just want to secure one just in case there's that rush like Google experienced. Google had a huge problem with the shipping dates on this because so many people ordered, they weren't ready. And so I think a lot of people jump out there with the just in case. At least that's what I do. I know there's going to be a better deal in 30 days or so. That's how they do us. But I think that for what it's worth, the people who do jump out there like that, or the people who are willing to wait, you can sometimes get the better deal. But this time, if you notice, you only get a $50 credit if you register early. I put those links out already. So, and then if you click the links, if you buy the phone, there's no more $200 credit towards cases and all that stuff. I think they've definitely, because a lot of people don't even use those cases, and everybody buys those cases are way overpriced. But the only reason most of us bought them. Now I have purchased them after the fact. I'll say I purchased them after the fact, but I had a little bit of points and stuff in there from other purchases and things like that. Because when you buy something with Samsung, you get points and you have to use them within 12 months. And I had a lot of points built up. So a lot of the times I can have a case that's $60 and get it for $42 or something like that. That's pretty much what it's been for me. So, but those cases are way overpriced. Samsung's leather case for this Ultra is trash in the brown color. That case is turning black, and I haven't had it that long. Well, I've had it since launch, but still, that's not long enough for it to change colors and stuff like that. But nonetheless, Samsung trade-in values are completely different, and they're back up there where, you know, a person gives more people to buy. Even if you go through Best Buy and put it in your cart and you click trade-in value, you're going to see $1,000, just like Samsung, for the trade-in on this device. The only difference with Best Buy is you have to pay up front, and then they give you a refund. As where with Samsung, you get an instant discount, and that is where Samsung is helping a lot of people. With Google, with their trade-ins, they're not taking those risks. They're like, we're not going to give you this money up front, and then you don't turn in a device, or you run the risk of you not having a card. It could be anything. But Samsung's a much bigger platform and bigger company when it comes to smartphones, so they can take those risks. So with Google, you have to wait for the refund. I've done a trade-in with Google before, and it was a seamless process, much faster process for the refund than Samsung. But Samsung's now doing instant trade-in values, which is something that is great for the consumer. They can sell more units, and if they get hit on returns or whatever, they keep your trade-in anyway, so it's a win-win for Samsung. They'll turn around and flip it and sell it. But let's talk about the Z Flip5. Now that, I've talked about this online, that is the actual win for this year. Now the price is going up just a tad bit, but that's the one that I recommend so many of you check out. The Z Flip 5 has the most upgrades, the most changes, but the bad part is it's just a physical change on the outside. The inside pretty much is, everything else is the same. Okay, so the hinge folds flat now, but that's something they should be doing anyway. That's just kind of a snap at Motorola. And I held off buying this based on, what Motorola was. I held off buying Motorola based on this because I do lean heavily towards Samsung over Motorola because, Motorola's foldables have not been the best experience. The foldables, the flip phones, they haven't been the best experience for me. It had poor battery life. And I know that the newer ones have better battery life, but Samsung, I can feel and see the difference in battery life after using it. So this, again, they're offering those same exclusive like colors and stuff for the fold line, for the flip lineup. That is the one to get, folks. That is the one if you're on the fence again. And I said this about the previous generations. If you're on the fence about a foldable, get a foldable like the traditional slab style that folds in half. And you get a much lower price. And the good thing about the Z Flip 5, the price increased, but it didn't increase. They took away the 128 gig option. That's what they've done. So you're not paying more technically. You're paying for the same thing. It appears they took away the 128 gig option. So it looks like there might be a price increase, but you have to pay attention. There's no longer a 128 gig version. The 512 is not like this limited to a color. It's just a 512 and a 256 gig. So the Tab S9 Ultra seems to be a hot device. Not really into it. My Pixel tablet is fire. You know what I'm saying? I love that tablet. But I don't think I will bring in another Android tablet anytime soon because I'm pointing up there because it's right up there. That's a functional tablet to me with the docking station and everything. And maybe if Samsung were to do something like that, I'd be more inclined to purchase. But as of right now, I am not. So what do you guys think, man? Did you pre-order already? If you haven't, use my links down below. So again, you can help your man Jay out and get those kickbacks so I can continue to bring you content and give you discussions on the latest smartphones. Smartphoneconversations.com, that is me. It's your man Jay. Leave a comment down below. What color did you get? Which phone did you get? Did you get the tablet? Did you get the watch? The watch, real quick before I get out of here, has a smaller battery, I'm understanding. No white person would do that. I'll keep my 5 Pro and my 4 that I have. And I'm also rocking this baby right here. This is a wonderful watch on battery. So if you haven't seen that video, go check this out. TicWatch Pro 5 is so nice. And it's running Android Wear 3.5. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Z Fold owners, what do you say now? Take care.